9.3 The Rhineland, Austria, and the Sudetenland. In March 1935, Hitler announced that Germany would no longer follow the military restrictions of the Treaty of Versailles. Hitler decided to test the British and French, much like Mussolini had done by invading Ethiopia. Again, the League of Nations did nothing as conscription was enforced throughout Germany and rearmament programs were put into effect. Prompted by this lack of response, the German army marched into the Rhineland in March 1936. The Rhineland was a demilitarized zone under the terms agreed at Versailles because it was a key military outpost for German industrialization. The area was rich for producing coal, steel, and iron. France and Britain, however, continued to do nothing while the Rhineland was occupied and annexed by Germany. Later, in October 1936, Germany, Italy, and Japan formally allied with one another, creating the Axis powers. The alliance bolstered Hitler's position as he pushed the limits and the patience of the other European powers, benefiting from their instinct to appease instead of declaring war. Eager to join Germany with the place of his birth, Hitler marched into Austria in March 1938, an act that was against the terms of the Treaty of Versailles. This was known as the Anschluss, literally joining on. The invasion was bloodless, as many Austrians had already embraced Nazism. In April, Hitler developed a secret plan to annex the western part of Czechoslovakia, known as the Sudetenland, to unite all German-speaking people. During the summer of 1938, Hitler threatened the Czech government at the diplomatic level. France had a defensive treaty with Czechoslovakia. Britain would have to support France. War seemed certain. On September 29, 1939, a meeting was held in Munich to discuss the looming threat. Hitler, British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, French Prime Minister Édouard Daladier, and Mussolini reached an agreement in the early hours of September 30. The Munich Pact was all that Hitler wished for. He would get the Sudetenland with the promise that his territorial ambitions were finished. Chamberlain arrived back in London declaring he had achieved peace for our time. The occupation of Sudetenland brought some 3.5 million additional people into Nazi Germany, 75% of them German and 25% Czech. 3 weeks after signing Chamberlain's document, Hitler ordered the German army to prepare to move into the rest of Czechoslovakia. The invasion came in March 1939. In Prague, Hitler declared that Bohemia, Moravia, and Slovakia were now under the protection of the German Reich. But such a brutal betrayal of the Munich Agreement transformed the appeasers. When it became evident that Poland was the next likely victim, Britain and France decided they would no longer give in to keep the peace.